Before dawn, a South Asian forest lies under cold mist, but the first alarm calls have already begun. Claw marks on bark and pug marks in wet earth reveal that the top predator has passed this way. A striped giant moves through the fog like a shadow, almost disappearing into the trees. With sunrise, the Bengal tiger is revealed in full, powerful, composed, and unmistakably wild. From above, tiger country stretches across forests, rivers, grasslands, and the edges of villages. Today, the Bengal tiger survives mainly in India, Nepal, Bhutan, and Bangladesh. From humid forests to tidal mangroves, this cat has adapted to remarkably different habitats. Its black stripes on an orange coat are not decoration alone, but near-perfect camouflage. Every sense is engaged as the tiger reads a forest through sight, scent, and sound. Even its massive feet can cross dry leaves with astonishing silence. The Bengal tiger is the product of millions of years of big cat evolution. Unlike predators of open plains, it is a master of cover, shadow, and ambush. Water is no barrier here. For a Bengal tiger, it is simply another part of the territory. In the Sundarbans, tangled mangroves and tides create one of the harshest tiger habitats on Earth. Here, Bengal tigers can swim across brackish channels with impressive strength. Inland, they also endure hot, dry forests where prey may be scattered and shade is precious. At the Himalayan foothills, tall grass and riverine forest shelter both hunter and prey. But between these habitats, movement corridors are increasingly squeezed by people. As a solitary animal, the male tiger uses scent to declare control over his range. Deep scratches on bark leave a message every rival can understand. Night is when the tiger truly comes alive, patrolling a world that belongs to silence. In darkness, even the faintest sound could decide whether a hunt succeeds or fails. Spotted deer lift their heads, sensing danger before they can see it. Wild boar continue feeding, unaware that death may already be close. A Bengal tiger can vanish in plain sight by lowering itself into grass and shadow. It closes the distance meter by meter in a nearly invisible approach. In the final seconds, its body becomes pure muscle, balance, and focus. Then the silence breaks in a sudden burst of speed. A large kill may feed a tiger for days, but earning it is never simple. By morning, drag marks in the soil tell the story of the night before. After the tiger leaves, the remains of the kill will feed an entire community of scavengers. A single hunt can ripple through the whole forest food web. At the river's edge, the great predator drinks in evening light, as if this place has always been its own. Healthy prey populations are the foundation of every strong tiger population. The monsoon can turn a dusty forest into a vivid green world in a matter of weeks. In the hottest hours, the tiger rests to save energy for the hunts that matter most. Even in stillness, its body carries the tension of an apex predator. When the air cools, it rises and slips back into the forest as quietly as it arrived. A roar rolls across the valley, announcing that this territory is occupied. The boundary between two males is often maintained by warning rather than direct combat. A hard stare and a few parallel steps are enough to raise attention. But a serious fight is risky, and the weaker male usually yields. Elsewhere in the forest, a tigress appears calm, silent, and equally formidable. The territory she chooses must offer prey, water, and cover for future cubs. In breeding season, scent and trace become the hidden language of tigers. Only rarely do a male and female travel together, and only for a short time. Then the tigress is alone again, searching for a secluded place to give birth. Hidden among rocks, roots, and darkness begins a fragile future of the next generation. In those first weeks, the cubs depend entirely on their mother's milk and vigilance. Every act of care is an investment in survival, because cub life is always uncertain. Outside the den, rain falls and danger may arrive at any moment. The mother listens to every small sound, because one mistake can cost everything. Then comes the day when the cubs step into the light for the first time. When needed, the tigress gently carries her young to safer cover. What looks like play is really the first lesson in becoming a predator. Each piece of meat teaches the cubs how to feed, compete, and grow. When they are strong enough, the family begins to travel farther through hidden trails. The cubs' clumsy stalks are the first drafts of real hunting skill. Failure comes early, but that is how the wild shapes an efficient hunter. Even crossing a river is part of the education of a young tiger. In youth, every oversized paw and bright eye hints at the power still to come. As they grow, the cubs become less dependent and far more daring. One day a young tiger must leave its mother and search for a land of its own. That dispersal journey may run through forests, fields, and dangerous narrow corridors. Sometimes a single road crossing at night can decide its fate. Railways, fences, and habitat fragmentation are modern obstacles evolution never prepared it for. When livestock graze too close to forest edges, conflict with people can ignite quickly. For communities living beside tiger habitat, news of a tiger nearby brings both fear and respect. Forest staff and local residents are learning to respond with caution instead of blind retaliation. In the Sundarbans, sea level rise and stronger storms are eroding a unique tiger landscape. Each collapsing bank means another piece of rare habitat lost to the tide. Elsewhere, chainsaws and new roads continue to cut the tiger's world into smaller pieces. A hidden snare can kill a tiger long before any person ever sees it. Illegal trade turns the beauty of this animal into a deadly commodity. When prey disappears, a forest may still look intact while losing its true vitality. And yet, well-protected reserves show that recovery is still possible. Camera traps allow people to monitor tigers without forcing them into constant human contact. Anti-poaching patrols remain one of the first and hardest lines of defense. Modern science helps us understand where tigers live, how they move, and how many remain. The long-term answer is not only saving tigers, but helping people live safely beside them. Children who grow up with the right knowledge may become the strongest guardians of these forests. Restoring habitat corridors helps reconnect a world that has been broken apart. When managed responsibly, wildlife tourism can turn living tigers into lasting value for local people. A tigress walking at dawn with nearly grown cubs is an image of resilience. On high ground, the Bengal tiger stands as a symbol of the wild strength Asia still holds. Then it turns and disappears into the forest, leaving one question behind for us. If we can keep these forests alive, we will protect not only the tiger, but an entire living world that also sustains humanity.